MeTV 24 Meridian proudly presents your favorite way to start the day. Welcome to Mornings with Scotty Ray and Candace.
I'm still waiting on my snow. I don't know about y'all.
It is like springtime this morning. It feels like that a spring morning outside it because it's so warm. But
It is everything I can do to stay in this chair and not get up and turn the air conditioning on in here.
Yeah.
It is that warm.
yeah, it's so humid. Like you can just feel that it's rain coming at some point. You know.
So what does that tell you is going to happen? Bad weather. And folks, we got it on tap twice this week is what we're looking at. Now, let me show you what the National Weather Service is giving us. This is what is forecasted for Wednesday, severe weather. Now, this takes in the majority of Mississippi, all of Meridian, Clark County. This is in it.
Yeah.
If you see us and watch us on a regular basis in Mississippi, edge of Alabama, you are involved in this. It's potential for tornadoes. This will kick off Wednesday evening into Wednesday night. Now, there is a little time in between now and then, but possibly Saturday could be worse than this.
Goodness.
So we're still a few days out from both of these events, but it's something to go ahead and start planning for. The first one on Wednesday, have you a bad weather plan together. Where are you going to go?
Right.
We saw what happened in Kentucky. We don't want to repeat that anywhere. Not saying that it will.
Right. Make sure your generators work.
Yeah.
You can. Just in case.
So let's talk about Christmas and what y'all did. Did y'all have a great one?
We had a good Christmas. We got everybody. Everybody come to the house, and I cooked. Well, I say I cooked. I was gonna cook, but Kurt ended up cooking the gumbo and did a great job.
I'd say your old hubby there.
Stuff up
He is a good cook.
He is. He really is. He cooked the gumbo and then made a coleslaw to go with some pulled pork that we had. We had kind of a little untraditional Christmas dinner, but it was good. And everybody, got together and enjoyed everybody. So, how about y'all?
We hadn't had ours yet.
Oh, okay.
We had somebody that was not feeling so well, so we waited to this coming weekend. We don't want to get anybody sick that doesn't have to be sick. So we're waiting one weekend, and then we're all going to gather together and just fight over the banana pudding is what I see coming. I didn't get one bite of that this weekend.
Really?
Nowhere.
I didn't do any homemade desserts. I bought a couple of store-bought cakes. So
I tried to slip in next door over to Shannon's house, but no, she kept the door closed where I couldn't get off the carport.
Yeah, I don't know though. I'm contemplating, am I going to leave my decorations up for, Tanner and them to come? They're coming around middle of January. I don't know if I can take it that long.
Woo, boy, that's a long way.
I don't know if I can take them up that long. I'm kind of getting ready to take them on down.
Am I reading that to where Wayne says he has a birthday today? Right there, Wayne Roberts. Is that what that says?
Good morning, guys. I am again in the shoot house on my 72nd birthday. Happy birthday, Wayne.
Yeah. Hope that's a real good one.
Yes. And I hope you say something. A big buck.
I'm going to get prepared and actually go, I think, in the next week or so. My first outing. Is that the word?
Yeah. Well, we haven't gone this year either, but I don't know. I don't even know. Is this good hunting weather? I mean, this hot, kind of breezy. I just don't know.
If you look
at direction the wind's blowing.
Jay's Taxidermy, which will be giving away, they got tons of deer coming in.
Yeah.
But me personally, it's kind of like Christmas. I hadn't got in that mood. It hadn't sparked.
I know. It just didn't. I don't know. We, had lost my stepdad this year, and that was a big hole left in all of us. And just the hot weather, and I don't know. And it did not seem like a
I know.
classic Christmas.
And later this week, we're going to get in this because right now, I don't have a clue. But, you always go with the celebrities that you lost in a year of famous people. And this year is no different. We've lost a bunch.
We really have. Yes.
So we'll go over. I'll dig up that list this week, and hopefully there'll be no more names added to that. It's just you hate to see that.
Yes, you do.
It's a part of life. We all know that. But you too will be added to that list one day. It's just when will it happen?
I know, but I can't. This year has just flown by to me. Cannot believe it's fixed me 2022.
Yeah, it's kind of like counting the rings on a tree there. They just
I know.
counting the wrinkles on your eyes.
So do y'all have New Year's Eve plans?
Right here.
Okay. Yeah.
I rarely, and I've always been real cautious about the New Year's Eve because so many people do tend to drink more on New Year's Eve than they do on Christmas or any other time. I like to stay kind of close to where I'm at.
Yeah.
But there's always a party somewhere to bring in the new year and smiles, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, we got behind somebody the other night that was a little, I was questioning, like, I wonder if they've had something to drink, because
was
kind
it
of swerving.
serious enough where you called?
Yeah, it was serious enough. It was, we were like, what in the world? Anyway, but we had gone out to the Christmas tree farm and saw Santa and all that, so.
Out to Lazy Acres.
Yes.
Michael,
it's a pretty thing.
folks.
Yeah, it really was neat to see. They had everything lit up. It was really neat.
So I guess Easter will be our next round there.
I guess so, yeah.
Boy, we got New Year's. We got Valentine's Day coming up.
Mm-hmm. In February, of course. I've got a grandbaby coming in February if he doesn't come before then. February, I think he's due February the 11th is when my daughter is due. And who knows? We might have a January baby.
Look at the calendar. Am I right in saying that, is it Friday that's the last day of the year, or is it Saturday that is Saturday is going to be, New Year's Eve is Friday afternoon.
Yes.
And then New Year's Day is going to be Saturday. Mm-hmm. Whoa. 2020.
Right?
Yeah. There it is.
Monday.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Today is the 27th. Friday is the 31st. And then the 1st is going to be Saturday.
I'm looking, you've got it on January over there. Okay.
Yeah, that will mess you up.
I was like, no.
I went ahead and flipped it over,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
are y'all prepared for all of this?
Oh, goodness.
I certainly hope so.
This time of year is always hectic for me as far as my schedule at work, because everything's so up in the air. People are either trying to get in at the last minute, or they're canceling at the last minute, or, I don't know. I take a few days off here and there, and I just get all out of sorts. So I'm ready for things to get back to a normal.
Now, I am right that basically every building known to mankind Friday afternoon will probably be closed down for New Year's Eve going into New Year's Day.
I would imagine.
If I remember correctly.
I would imagine at a certain point they probably close. I don't know about, New Year's Day stuff.
Saturday, and it'll be definitely closed. But probably a lot of folks observing on Friday afternoon, I would think. So get what you need in between now and then.
That's right.
And this was one of the first Christmases, and thank heavens this happened, that most of the stores were closed on Christmas Day. In the years past, we've seen, and is the word greed? Where corporate America has just spread that to where they open on Thanksgiving Day, and then they infringe on Christmas. But finally, we had some time where some people could take off and be with their families.
Yeah, there's just like a handful of stores that are closed on Sunday now.
I know.
Like I know Hobby Lobby and Chick-fil-A; those places are closed on Sunday. But,
and then when you and I were little, that was just common.
Right.
You didn't get nothing on a Sunday. And then they had the blue light law?
The blue law or something where, is that where you couldn't buy?
Yeah, certain.
What I knew they didn't used to sell alcohol on Sundays,
right?
Didn't they? Or something like that. I don't know. But it
was all kinds of stuff that you could not get on a Sunday.
Right.
But boy, when they went to changing things.
They did.
They
what
did.
about your shopping? Did you get that taken care of before Christmas?
Let's call that gift certificates.
Yeah. Well, that's still a gift,
It is, but I wish I'd have taken more time. But everybody was appreciative of what I gave them.
Well, I'm sure they are. A gift certificate, I think that's great, because then you can choose what you want.
You can go out and get exactly what you're after. So there you go.
Yes.
Let's talk about the Red Fireworks Barn, because this is coming Friday afternoon. And here we go, fireworks galore, and they'll help you out there at the Red Fireworks Barn. Drop in and see them today. Anything that you're looking for, the largest selection around, the home of the no-dud guarantee. And Charlie will certainly help you out there. As you go down, as you can see, even down to Roman candles. If you like those, they've got those. And sparklers for the kids.
Yeah, the kids love those.
And again,
pop things you throw on the ground, they love those. Yeah.
I don't care how old you are, that'll make you jump.
I know.
See it all today at Charlie's. You'll find him there at the Red Fireworks Barn. Highway 19 South is where they're located. And they have just about anything that you're looking for. Big, small, big booms, they've got it. See them today. Get the largest selection. Shop early. But they'll be there through New Year's Eve. Through January the 2nd is when they'll be there. See them. Get exactly what you're looking for. Drop in all these pictures here. It's humongous. 2434 Highway 19 South. Open till January the 2nd.
No matter what hat you wear, if you're hurt on the job, you're gonna need me. I'm attorney Richard Schwartz. Under workers' comp law, you're entitled to certain benefits. But when you're released from the doctor, someone's got to be there to make sure you get a fair settlement. While you're healing, we'll be fighting for you. We've helped thousands of our injured clients get their medical bills paid and recover lost wages. And we're ready to help do the same for you today. One call, that's all.
Rockhouse Gun and Pawn is open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. Lots of different calibers and brands to choose from when it comes to hunting rifles. Whether you're looking for a new pump shotgun or an AR, the Rockhouse will have the gun that you need. With a huge selection of ammunition for just about any caliber that you may be looking for. Pistols, scopes, and a whole lot more. Plus a private lobby for your confidentiality when it comes to your pawns. Rockhouse Gun and Pawn, located at 5430 Highway 19 North Meridian. And welcome back with Scotty Ray and Candace. On this Monday, you were up in the tree. Actually, Candace went and got me a water out of the refrigerator, but she had to move the Christmas tree to get to it.
Yeah, and I got snow on me, so oh well.
Oh, my heavens.
Sorry.
Let's see here. 10 minutes after 8 o'clock. And one of the things that I've seen this morning, Dale Earnhardt, if y'all all remember that, his mother passed away, and it would be Junior's grandmother passed away on Christmas Day.
Oh, my goodness.
So we pass along condolences to them. A NASCAR legend. That's what you'd call NASCAR royalty.
Oh, yeah.
Loved by so
we
many.
were big Earnhardt fans years ago. Had all the newspaper clippings and all that stuff.
3 was the number, wasn't it?
It was.
And I suppose that NASCAR, like many other races and sports now, have trended downward because of politics. That's been a big thing for a lot of sports, to where people just go, no, can't tell me how I'm going to think.
I know, yeah.
NASCAR,
look, even this story about the
this gentleman, and I'll let you explain how, if you've never heard this before, what began with him.
Right. Well, I don't know exactly how that came out as far as but he's a driver. I guess his name is Brandon Brown.
Right.
He's a NASCAR driver, and
they're interviewing him, and the crowd starts chanting.
Right. In the background, they're chanting
some ugly words.
Yeah, ugly words. And so then somebody tried to, I guess the news commentator guy says, I think they're saying, let's go Brandon.
So
they weren't saying, let's go Brandon, but anyway. So, everybody kind of adopted that term for a
President Joe Biden.
Substitute for what they really were saying. And now the guy can't get sponsors.
He's saying that everybody associates him with ugly words, and they don't want to be a part of his NASCAR team.
Yeah,
and
I hate that, because that's
it's not his fault.
Yeah.
But hopefully some shining light will come through and help this guy as he because you got to have sponsors.
Yeah, you do. I mean, you have to have that. Look, I look like I have dandruff. This is fake snow on my arm from the Christmas tree. I'm just going to sit here and kind of
pick it off
while we talk. So
it'll be okay.
Don't mind.
Oh, have mercy. That did happen. But
anyway,
that's happening with NASCAR today. That's one of the big stories that breaks out of there. But we also found out, do you remember the song, Please Mr. Postman? Mm-hmm. The lead singer of that group passed away over the weekend also. And let me scroll down. I was trying to find her name of what it was. I don't remember from the top of my head the group. I just remember the song, Please Mr. Postman. There it is. It was the Marvelettes.
Okay.
Wanda Young. And that really, she was 78 years young.
Yeah, 78 is not old. I mean, it really is not.
So we pass along condolences to them as well. And also, former Miss Mississippi, and there are no details on this as to what happened. Kathy Manning, she was Miss Mississippi in 1984. She was living in Collierville, Tennessee, I believe. Okay. She passed away over the weekend. So again, tragedy there.
Do we have a
striking.
picture of her? I don't even know.
Yes, I do. Let me find.
Because I'm trying to picture what she.
She was a beautiful.
like.
Here she is. Here, let me
Okay.
show this right here. This is her right there.
Okay.
Just gorgeous.
Yes, she was. Goodness.
So we remember her, but 1984. That was right before we had Back to the Future come out in '85.
So she wasn't really.
Well, she was in her 70s, I would say,
Oh, okay. Well,
because she would have had to have been around 20 in 1984.
right.
19 to 20, 18 to 20 in that neck of the woods.
Yeah.
Some 20
She's
years
pretty,
older than
though.
us. So she'd be in her 70s at some point. Wow.
Yes. That is awful, though.
I'd like to say good morning to son Williams. Williamson, he watches us. His wife had a heart attack over the weekend. They've been at the hospital, and he watches us every day. We wanted to pass along, I hope you get better, Miss Carolyn, soon.
Yes.
I've been right where you are. I know how you feel. Hope it gets better there.
Yes.
He said you was going to be okay. He grown to like you.
Oh.
But he said
Good.
church was still out on this cowboy hat that I'm wearing. This the wrong color. He said I don't like it.
Oh.
He said you need to go back.
So it's not the same color as your other
No,
one?
I've always worn tan cowboy hats. It's the good guy wears white type theme, and then I just couldn't find one that was shaped right, and I ended up with this one being the only color I could find when I bought it. So I've got to get a new one, and I've been searching. Boy, it's tough.
It looks tan to me.
No, this is what they call it's darker than buckskin.
Okay.
But I always wore that tan whitish color.
Okay.
So no matter what you touched, then touch your hat, it was always dirty.
Yeah. Okay.
Like that one hanging on the wall over there.
Oh, okay.
But and I always have to go see Debbie. Debbie takes care of me up at Williamsville when I get my hats. She's always been patient with me with that. It's like buying a new car. I don't know if anybody does that or not, but it is with me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's important.
Kind of stuck with it all year.
Got to get the right hat.
That's right. Let's see here. Some other things that have gone on over the weekend. This happened in Mississippi. 7 people shot at a party. It was almost 2 a.m, and this is a little town called Fayette, Mississippi. If you were standing in Natchez, Mississippi, it would be to the northeast of Natchez and due south of Vicksburg. They were at a party and gunshots broke out. They have arrested the man that did it.
Well, good. I'm glad they got him.
But still,
awful, though.
7 people?
Did anyone pass away? or
No,
is it
no, they were
injuries?
just wounded and injuries. Thank heavens, that's a miracle.
It
More didn't
is.
happen with that.
That's scary.
Oh,
Goodness.
let's see. Bill says he wears those light tan cowboy hats. He wears a Stetson. I've been wearing Resistols. It's always scary to switch brands because you don't know if they'll fit right. And I know they're made in the same factory. That's the way things have happened there. It's hard to. You have to blame parents at some point as we go to this next news story, because how many generations have you seen where the parents make it big and then the kids just really don't do anything in life? They party and drink and roam around.
They're spoiled.
Yeah, and as we look at this story from New York City, a construction magnate, he was big. He built a lot of the skyline in New York City. Their son, who is 29 years old, looks like who lived at home, and all he done was bodybuild, has shot his parents on Christmas Day. He ran, of course. They've caught him. But 29...
Yeah.
And really, I do see more in this at being at fault to parents that do too much for their children. And I think a lot of people know what I'm talking about when it comes to this.
I've always, thought that the same thing, that some people just kind of, I hate to say baby their kids.
Oh, that's a word.
Because people will say I baby mine, but mine are babies.
It's just her husband. We all know that.
No, but I've always thought it was important for kids when they get old enough to get a job, learn the, value of a dollar,
Yeah, and, it all starts with mowing grass. And I don't know if you've ever seen that speech of the guy that was in the military about the bed.
Yeah.
It all starts with making the bed, being responsible in life.
And you can raise them right too, and they go the other
You
direction
sure can.
too. But at least try. At least
Yeah.
try to teach them, because I see this all the time. I used to see when I was in high school, I would see some people. When I got a car, I was just glad it had 4 wheels and a gas pedal. I mean, I didn't care really what it looked like or anything. But I saw some people, and to this day, people will buy their kids a better car than what they're driving.
Oh, yeah.
I don't understand that. I don't understand that. Send them on cruises, and they ain't never been on a cruise in their life. The parents.
That's
what are you doing? But to each his own, whatever.
But that is definitely not teaching families the right for and the value of $1. You really got to know these things.
Yeah.
So the parents are wounded. I think they're going to be okay in this. But
I'm glad. I didn't know if they had passed or what. Is this him?
Yeah, this is him here. Excuse me there for that call.
That does not look good.
This is the guy that did it. That's all he's got time to do, and they're the parents. We're not a part of their family. We don't know their day-to-day operations, but
well, I'm glad they're okay. I don't know if there was something else going on in his mind, that maybe something wasn't stable, obviously. So.
Speaking of not stable, let's talk about our next person, Kanye. The man, bless his heart, he ran for president, didn't get many votes.
Yeah.
Has had a troubled marriage, and from my understanding, he's still getting divorced. But he doesn't want to give that up. I've seen that many, many times of these articles about how he's trying to hang on to her. He's gone ahead and bought the house next door to her, wherever she lives.
That's kind of stalkish.
Maybe behind the scenes, it's one of these things for the children to have parents in the same neighborhood.
It could be,
but he's special.
That's a little too close for comfort to me. I mean, if you're getting a divorce, obviously you don't see eye to eye on something.
Right.
So you don't want to see eye to eye looking out your bedroom window.
And I can almost visualize him doing that.
Yeah, I got some binoculars over there.
He seems to, when he gets it in his head, he does, but he is still a successful singer. I mean, all of his stuff is selling.
Yeah, it is crazy. I mean, it's kind of like, the worse he does, the better he does.
Yeah, and I promise y'all, I would not know one Kanye song if you were to tie me to a chair. I couldn't identify it.
I don't either. I mean, I don't listen to his music or anything, but I don't know.
And then also, he does gospel as well, from what I understand. At one time it seemed that he was, he went out and done that big thing at Joel Osteen's church, and then I don't know what happened after that.
I don't know. He's a little different.
So maybe y'all are some big Kanye fans and know more about that than I do. In the news this weekend, I was not one that contributed to this because it seems like every other day or every 2 years there's a new Spider-Man movie. I can't keep up with them. But there's another one, and it's the largest grossing one ever in history.
I think my daughter and son-in-law took my grandson last night to see that, which he's young. I told her, I said, he might be scared because that screen is so big, and he's just like a little over a year old, but he loves stuff like that, but I don't know.
Well, here's the new Spidey here, and it has grossed $1 billion in 2 weekends.
Goodness.
They're
usually good
big
movies, though. They really are.
So I'm thinking the guy named Toby is like old news, and he's like too old to be Spider-Man now? Because don't you have to be young? I
mean, I would think you would need to kind of be a little younger. I mean, because he's not old, I wouldn't imagine.
Spidey is usually like 17 or 18 years old, isn't he, in the movies?
I think so. Look, one time we took my older son when he was younger to the circus, and they had advertised, Spider-Man's going to be there. So we were like, we got to go because he loved Spider-Man. We got there, and it was about a 200-pound Spider-Man at the time. And when I say 200 pounds, I'm talking about shorter with a gut.
Wearing tights.
Nothing
like men in tights.
No, I don't know about that. It didn't even look like the Spider-Man mask or anything.
They didn't do too good a job.
A little disappointment going on right there after But anyway, he loves Spider-Man.
One of those Halloween costumes gone wrong.
Yeah.
And if you remember Paul Harvey, wasn't it Spider-Man where you can't help but laugh when Paul Harvey tells the story where the guy, I think it was, he dressed up like Spider-Man, I think, or maybe it was Superman.
Right.
Tied his wife to the bed and was going to jump off and hit his head, knocked himself out. And she lay tied to the bed for hours until neighbors heard her hollering and they had to come rescue. How embarrassing would that be?
Yeah, that would be bad.
And then make it to Paul Harvey News and comment.
Goodness.
How bad can it get?
That is bad now.
But Paul always had a great story. Loved listening to that. Over the weekend, and I'm not sure if everybody is aware of this yet, and I guess we'll just dive off into this. We haven't heard yet what the Supreme Court is going to do about Mississippi yet as they fight Roe versus Wade. But one of the attorneys for Roe versus Wade has passed away.
Okay. So lawyer Sarah Weddington. And that case was in 1972, but she died at the age of 76.
And it did. You know, when you
I wonder if that will
represent,
impact anything on the case. You know, but
well, it makes me wonder when you meet your maker of.
right.
And I've brought this up of judges that support this. Does this make you a little bit more guilty than everybody else?
I don't know.
Are you held accountable for all these lives that?
It is a very touchy subject.
Ooh.
It really is. A lot of people have different opinions on it, and
They
you want to
have.
respect everybody's opinion. But in the end, I still feel like, you know, it's just taking a life. And
It is.
and I don't agree with it. But I'm not everybody's. You know, everybody doesn't think like me. So.
No, they don't. But
But anyway, I'm sorry, y'all. This is aggravating me. Like, I'm a little OCD about stuff like this. So
well, it's going to take a vacuum
I
cleaner.
just don't want anybody popping on and going, "What has she got?" All she have dandruff. It's the Christmas tree. I had to scoot it over a little bit. Anyway, the snow stuck to my shirt.
That would be a lot of dandruff. If you've got
That
dandruff
would be.
size,
I'd have to go get me some Head and Shoulders today if I had that. So, anyway,
so
I'm
that's-
done. I'm not going to do it anymore.
You can't help it.
I know. I can't. It's aggravating. But
It's one of the, it's like the kid with the scab. You sees it, he's got to touch it, even though you put the
like,
Band-Aid
don't
on
do
it.
that. But yeah.
Yeah. Let's see here. Over the weekend, a vacant house burned on 17th Street, and no one. It was a vacant home, so
Thank goodness it
fortunately
was
nobody
vacant.
was hurt. Now, another thing that is happening, and this has been periodically happened several times at Wildcat Newton County Martin Road, the four-way stop there.
Yeah.
All the stop signs were stolen this weekend.
Why would somebody steal a stop sign now? I mean, really?
And, you know, your
Used to be.
first thought, and you can't blame it on teenagers without knowing, but
Right.
your first thought is that of
Younger
how people, people would take stop signs hanging on their rooms' walls.
Right.
So, but there were several people that were blowing through the stop sign that didn't see it because, well, there wasn't a stop sign there. Now, I think they have new stop signs up at this point, I think.
Yeah,
But-
that is scary, especially if you come up on something like that at night. You're not familiar with the area and you just run right through it. I mean, if you
That
have two
can
people
happen.
coming at the same time, that is scary.
So you know, when people take down things like this, I don't think they realize the big consequences of what could happen.
Right.
You know, we have not gotten the word from Mississippi Highway Patrol yet of the arrest and possible fatalities over the weekend. And, of course, a new one will be starting up with New Year's as they will start tallying that also as we hit into that
I
weekend.
know somebody kept stealing our road sign at the end of our road, and when I had my business out there on our property, every time somebody would, like, had never been out there before.
Couldn't find you.
I was like, just turn, it'll say Brown Road. And they're like, there's no sign. So it would aggravate me.
It's
But
like
anyway.
Wildcat Road gets taken a lot because of wildcats.
Right.
That's another one there that is taking a bunch of.
Yeah.
So that's what we got there. And good morning to everybody. And again,
Yes.
let me pull this up while we're talking about this. I mentioned weather a minute ago. I want to pull up my radar system and show y'all just exactly how serious of weather. This is what is forecasted on Wednesday. Let's pull this up. This button right here. This is pretty much the entire state of Mississippi, excluding the Mississippi Gulf Coast. It's going to be a level 2 on. This is coming on Wednesday, late Wednesday evening into Wednesday night. This will start over here, go through Hattiesburg, over to Montgomery, up to Oxford, to Chattanooga. And as you well see here, this will be all of Lauderdale County. We've got Kemper, Mississippi State, all of these areas included in this yellow, which could be potential tornadic activity on Wednesday night.
Let's hope not, but just be prepared.
And we want you to take it very serious. So join us there. You can always follow us online at sammedia.network. At our website, we'll have it all there. The media players there, you can follow along there or on Facebook, however you want to follow it. But sammedia.net, working and offers a lot of things, a morning show and also just the weather. So check all that out.
I'm really surprised we hadn't had any, and before now.
Oh,
because with this weather being warm like this, and it was cold, and then you just expect rain any day.
And you can bet your bottom dollar there's going to be sick folks. It just, the change of weather just does that to you. And I think when you talk to a doctor, they go, "Oh, that doesn't happen." But in the parking lot of Wally World, you can take a survey, and I think everybody would agree.
Yeah. Yes.
So there you are. Let's take a minute and talk about the folks down at the Lauderdale County Farm Supply. Doors are open. They opened up at 7:30 this morning. I hope you get a chance to go by and visit with them. If you're putting all of your pine straw out, getting ready for your flower bed, see them. They've got plenty of this. A load just arrived. If you're looking for sunglasses, as sunny as it is today, sunny and 78. Can't see? Get you some sunglasses there, some earrings to go along with it. Whether you're looking for a shirt, a T-shirt, they've got all this, including blue jeans and work clothes. It's real handy to have there. See them. They'll help you there. From blue jeans to ball caps, brownings, those are good wearing hats if you never wore one. Work boots, a whole lot more there for you there. They can get you all taken care of there, whether it's a mud boot or a work boot, either way. And, of course, all your deer attractants that you need when it comes to deer season. It's wide open now in the state of Mississippi. We're getting ready. This is the week the rut will probably start.
Okay.
So if you hadn't gotten your tinks, go by and get that. They've got plenty of that also. See them. Game cameras and a whole lot more, scales, all there. Corn at the Lauderdale County Farm Supply. Exit 151 off the interstate is the number. That's where you go see them there at the Lauderdale County Farm Supply. Guns, ammo, and a whole lot more. See them. They'll help you out there here in Meridian.
Sanders Gas, Sanders Air and Heaters, your full-service propane supplier since 1946. We take pride in ensuring reliable, friendly service to our customers. We also provide safety tune-ups related to propane, air conditioning, and heating systems, keeping our community efficient and safe. I'm Chuck Sanders, and yes, we're local.
And welcome back, Scotty Ray and Candace, on this Monday. I keep wanting to say Tuesday for whatever reason.
I was messed up all last week. It just felt like Saturday felt like Sunday,
Yeah, it did, didn't it?
It did.
All right, let me see here. As each week, we have been giving away a free shoulder mount from Jay's Taxidermy of everybody that entered into the contest. All you have to do is enter. And we're doing it again this morning as Candace is going to reach in and pull out another winner of a free mount. Let's see. How you doing over there?
Let's see. I got it. Let's see. Seth Griffin from Newton County.
Seth,
congratulations. Yes.
That's a big deal.
That's right.
Free shoulder mount from Jay's Taxidermy. Jay will be in touch with you. And congratulations.
And that is a great prize.
It is. All right, let's look at who won this week's contest. Just came out here as we'll look at, let's see, Battle of the Bucks winners, week 5. Hope everyone had, okay, there's not names on that.
Okay.
But I do have some pictures there. As some big deer.
That is.
There you go. I was expecting.
Those are huge.
Yeah.
Those are really good.
Wait a minute. There is a second place open division was Jeremy Barnacow. So, hey, Jeremy.
Okay.
Congratulations to you there. And then we go back. It's here. First place open. It was Melanie Hubbard. 153.
Big one. Yes.
Wow. So congratulations there. And I want to say, here's the youth winner there, Seth Woodall.
That is one of my friend's sons.
Is it?
Uh-huh. They live right down.
First place in the youth division. So that's a big deer too. 123. So congratulations to all of our winners. I'm not sure if I showed all those pictures there. You are right there. That's Seth. And that is Jeremy. Congratulations. And then there is the Miss Melanie Hubbard, 153. Huge deer. And again, they're located in Quitman. If you want to enter your deer, get it scored. We'll be doing another drawing next week. Who was our winner again for the shoulder mount?
Okay.
I want to make sure I say it right.
Seth Griffin.
Hey, Seth?
Newton County.
Congratulations. We can't say that enough. That's a big deal there. As we look at, and you and I just don't do as much of this. We're kind of tied down to the neighborhood. But if you were flying home for the holidays, again this morning, 429 flights have been canceled.
Can you imagine? And I mean, I don't know how many people are on a flight, but 429 of them times.
Yeah,
Gosh.
Some could be 100. Some of them could be 200 or 300 on a flight.
Yeah, that is a lot of people to put put out? I mean, how do you get people home? I mean, other than other transportation, a bus or a train or
we started seeing this on Christmas Eve, and if you were trying to get home to see your parents or loved ones, what happened to those people? Did they spend all weekend at a airport? I don't know. If you were in mid-flight in between two cities, no one, what do you do?
I don't know, but this would be kind of detrimental, I think, to the airlines, because I'm talking about in the future, because some people might say, I'm not going to take that chance. I'm going to just go ahead and rent me a car and do something else, But
that would be horrible, to be stranded somewhere in a town that you knew no one on Christmas.
That would be. Goodness.
Excuse me there. The box that they thought they had found in the statue of Robert E. Lee was not it. It was a second box that was put in there, and they were expecting to find what they're after is another picture of Lincoln.
Okay.
And they have not found that yet. They found 3 books that were moldy and wet with a coin in it. And so the search continues now as they go through the statue there. But they have not found that yet.
Goodness.
Didn't think they'd ever find that to begin with, because I didn't think they'd take it down. But boy, still got serious up there in Virginia.
It
has changed all the way around. Sad news this morning as we found out that a 15-year-old has died from jumping off a ship as it was coming in. Jumped from the top level into the ocean. He has died.
Why would somebody do that? I mean, unless they were trying to harm themselves. I don't know.
Horrible. It was in Miami, a 5-day Caribbean cruise, and they are confirming that it was suicide.
Goodness.
When that story,
15 years old.
That's way too young for something like this. When that story first broke, they didn't know it was suicide. And in the last 2 hours, they've updated that to pass along that. Kim Potter, as we look at this story nationwide, she has not been sentenced yet. We will find out. But you've seen the mugshot when they took her away by now, I'm sure. And she's all smiles in the mugshot. And they say what they done on that was it's going to be a book deal that they're going to use that as the cover of the book. She won't be smiling much longer. That's a horrible situation.
That is. Why would you be smiling? I mean, I don't.
And the more and more people you talk with in law enforcement say that's just a very hard confusion to make in between that pistol and that. She did make a mistake. I don't think she'd done it intentionally, but a trained person should know better.
Yeah. I saw a small little snippet of what the judge was saying, and I mean, she was just saying that she had to treat this case just like she would any other case. She seemed like she handled it very professionally,
right.
So, but I know that would be a hard thing to deliberate on. Because you got all these emotions, because that she probably did not mean to do it, but then again, you got to be. And it was responsible.
What was it? About 3 days before they actually come up with an answer.
It wasn't a quick decision.
And that
nobody won in that situation.
Yeah, I'll tell you another one that nobody won in, because no matter what he does, he's going to be in trouble for the next 25 years for making national headlines and embarrassing his wife.
Yeah.
The lap dance that went around the world. I guess is the best way to word that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The police officer who went to the Christmas party and. A understudy or someone who worked for him gave him a lap dance. I don't think he asked for it, but he did sit there and not try to push her off, as his wife saw in that, and made his life really, really hard time.
Well, I mean, I could totally understand the wife's perspective or anybody else that was watching it, because you've got to think like, okay, somebody's got to be very, very comfortable with somebody to do something like that.
She has made a public apology finally. She has gone onto Facebook and told the wife that she's sorry for doing the dance. I don't think that's going to fix everything.
I don't think so either.
He is forevermore going to be branded with this.
That's her.
Yeah, that's her. This is, I'll show you a picture of Lap Dance Girl. This is Lap Dance Girl here.
She looks like she might dance on the side. I don't know.
Yeah, I think she had a lot of practice after watching the itty bitty clip there that I saw. Here's his wife, not so happy, headed to the car to go shopping.
Okay.
You see that look she's giving?
Yeah, I do.
Like, come dance in my man's lap again, see what happens to you. I think she could take her. I'm gonna go with the wife.
Ooh, that's a bad situation.
That is seriously.
That's a bad situation.
Because no matter what they do now, everybody's staring at them.
Well, I know me, and that would be burnt into my brain. Like, there wouldn't be no coming back from that.
I don't think you could.
Yeah. Would not. But anyway, bad decisions.
Here's another story that we see, and you don't always think of the real estate agent as the person that could be harmed.
Right.
But a person was evicted from their home, and the real estate agent has nothing to do with that. She goes to show it, and he shoots and kills the real estate agent in Miami. It's not her fault.
Right.
A horrible situation. So real estate agents nationwide, y'all be careful. Watch
that
your
would
back.
be scary to me to have to, because they meet people at homes and show them all the time. I mean, I'd have to. I don't know. That would make me uneasy if I didn't know who I was meeting.
Yeah, and a lot of times you get that cold call. Hey, I'm
Right.
coming into town. I want to see this house. I'm moving to, and
Right.
pretty soon you'll have to take 10, 12 people along. We just be on the safe side.
Years ago, my son was on a ball team with somebody that one of the parents was a real estate agent, and she said that she had a kind of close call one time, and had went to a home. It felt very uneasy. She was so very uncomfortable. Was showing it. I feel for people that have to do stuff like that.
Yeah. So condolences to that family there. That was unexpected. You wouldn't have thought that was going to happen there. I disagree with the headline with this. When you hear the word serial killer, how many do you? I think of several.
Oh, yeah, like more than one, and that's their focus. That's what they are trying to do is,
Miami cops say they've arrested a serial killer, and he was a drive-by. He shot, it was all at one time. Shot 2 to 3 people, and they're calling it a real estate.
Goodness. They're calling him a serial killer.
Yeah, over 2 people being killed. I think that's a little far. It's a homeless guy. He was murdering homeless people.
Yeah.
Drive-by shootings.
Now, that says there may be other victims. That leads me to believe that possibly they found other people. They didn't know what happened to them, and maybe they're thinking
it's a link, and now they're putting. Okay, all right.
That could possibly be why they're.
That makes a whole lot more sense now that you put it together like that. Because I didn't that first time I read the story.
That could be why, but I don't know.
That's some of the headlines there across America. What's gone on this weekend so far? We had pretty much a quiet time across the Meridian area, which we were thankful for.
Yes,
we're very glad to have that. Again, as we come into Wednesday, we want to remind you about the weather that is coming, and our friends at the Precast Group. Talk to them if you want peace of mind of what goes on. You don't have to worry about storms anymore. Talk to them about how they can set you up with one of these storm shelters at your home. If you're building, go ahead and prepare it. You could put it on the inside. If your home is already built, don't worry. They can still take care of you. Solid steel doors. Nothing's going to penetrate that with solid concrete walls. 482-0003 is the number to call there. They can help you there. You'll like these. Peace of mind in the middle of the night. You can even have these that are buried in the ground. 482-0003 is the number to call. Highway 145 is where they're at. You can go out and take a look at them. Very affordable. It's not something that'll scare you. See them. Let them explain how it all works. The Precast Group. For your storm shelter and peace of mind, 482-0003 is the number to call. See them today. They'll help you.
It happened so fast. I didn't even see that person behind me. I said, well, I need to call Richard Schwartz. Once I made that one call, they began working for me. They are going to make sure you get what you deserve.
One call, that's all.
Greg's Fireworks in the Clarkdale community is celebrating 25 years of business. Open daily through January the 2nd with the lowest prices around and the largest selection you can find. It's heated and air conditioned. From 500-gram cakes to novelty items like sparklers for kids, gender reveals, and wedding sparklers. And don't forget your bottle rockets. Find all of your fireworks at Greg's Fireworks, 5169 Highway 145, in the Clarkdale community, celebrating 25 years of business. And welcome back with Scotty Ray and Candace as we revisit a story that happened back in May. Maybe you remember this or not, but this was a colonel in the Army, and it made no sense when the story broke. He and his wife were murdered in their driveway. I think they were working maybe on flower beds or something. They were out on a Saturday morning. And it turns out the man that killed them was after their son about a robbery and shot and killed them instead.
That's awful.
They had nothing to do with whatever went on. And, there's really no connection at this point that the son was even tied to anything.
Goodness.
Pennsylvania, it looks as though, and you think of elderly, and you always hear of be prepared, take gun safety classes. And in this case, it did help. An elderly couple was at home in Pennsylvania. A half-naked man broke in their house through the window, and he'd been reported down the street of this guy's running around saying crazy stuff.
Right.
The man sent his wife to the bedroom to get the gun. The intruder follows her in there. It does not say what happened. He just said that she was mistreated, is the way it's worded. I'll put it that way. He was able to recover the gun. He was shot and killed, the guy that attacked the elderly couple. And there's a reason they call it an equalizer when somebody overpowers you.
Right.
But it sounds like he was almost bat crazy. Is that a good way to word it?
Half naked.
Yeah.
This is what we talked about the other day with somebody in our area running around. I mean, they haven't done anything like this, but
no clothes, running around.
no
Something
clothes,
right.
running around. It just kind of scares you that somebody might try to, take care of the issue.
Yeah.
Or say something. I don't know. Hopefully, that can get taken care of.
No.
Lawfully.
They said Kathy Manning was 59, not in her 70s. Okay. I had the age wrong. I was just thinking that she'd been 20 in 84, but she might not have been. I have to do my arithmetic on that. But 59 is what we're being told.
So that's young.
Former Miss Mississippi.
Goodness.
Wow. So condolences to her family. I'd have to look up the exact age on that.
Yeah.
So, bless her heart, 59 years old. As technology changes, watch what you do. We've said this many times, of no matter where you go, especially in a big town nowadays,
Right.
you're on camera no matter what you do, even at your home.
That's right. Everybody, they have these cameras set up for people to either catch an intruder, or I have people all the time that get a little ding on their phone and they'll check it. Oh, it's just the UPS man dropping off a package.
Porch pirates, they're after them.
Yeah.
But what happens when your spouse is being naughty and playing while you're not away? Well, it did happen there. A woman has caught her husband kissing the woman that he shouldn't have been on the front porch of their home, thanks to the doorbell ring. Right
Can you
there.
imagine getting a ding and watching that take place? I'd be like,
It'd be like a drive-by in a minute. That's what you call
I'd have to go assess the problem.
with the purse.
Yeah. Goodness.
He can't talk his way out of this one.
Yeah, there's proof right there, buddy. Yeah, can't get past that. But that probably happens all the time.
Well, those things catch everything that goes on.
They do. There's been crimes solved. I mean, people, see something happen. I know one of my clients, their car got stolen one time, and they were trying to find out who had cameras to just see if they saw it coming by or might have seen somebody sneaking up in their yard or anything. But
Now, I didn't know this, but the doorbell, they have other accessories with it that it's not just the doorbell that you can add to your home for video around it.
Oh, really?
Somebody told me they had it. That's neat.
Now, my mother, they had set up cameras all around the house a while back, so every angle of that house is
it's covered,
being monitored and videoed, and you can have a screen with a split screen, watch all the different areas at one time. So.
And remember, the better camera system you got, the better you can identify people. So I know there's a lot of times that we share pictures that are sometimes fuzzy.
Right.
But
the McDonald's one a while back where somebody had stolen a laptop or a
iPad.
iPad, yeah. That was great, yeah. And my mother's there. I don't know where they got their camera, but it was just a good one.
It's clear. So
very clear.
The better it is, the easier it is for the cops to catch the bad guys. Is what we're saying on
That's
that.
That's right. Yes.
Omicron. This New York is getting slaughtered by this thing. Cases are up. Most New Year's Eve parties and events have been canceled. I think the drop of the ball is down to where only 1,500 can attend it.
Yeah, you have to have. They're asking for people to have their vaccination card and everything. They have to show proof before they can come. I think to that.
So I didn't even realize that.
I think I saw that the other day. They were commenting on that.
So don't expect a lot of big things out of the Apple when it comes to New Year's Eve. Last year we didn't. The ball wasn't even dropped last year, was it?
I don't know. I don't know if it was or not.
Seems like all that was canceled. I could be wrong, but
Yeah.
boy, it a big change. And this is there's so much about this one that we don't know. There's going to be misinformation because it's new. Some are saying that it's going to sweep the nation. Everybody's going to have it, but they're not going to be aware that they've got it, while others say, oh, the symptoms are going to be worse. Don't know the real answer to this one.
And I just wonder, with each one of these variants, can you go and get if you got, say, a antibody test to see if you had it, are the antibodies going to show up the same as they would on, like, say, a more severe?
It's a good question.
I don't know.
As you look at this one here, it says Fauci says Omicron spreads will be unprecedented. How do you say the word?
Unprecedented.
Yeah, I couldn't say it.
Unprecedented.
They're saying it's going to be everywhere, but in the same breath that it's going to be milder, that you truly may have it, carry it, and give it to someone else and not know that you even had it, that your symptoms won't be as strong as the other.
Right.
There's been, to my knowledge, and again, this is knowledge at the moment, something could have happened over the weekend I'm not aware of, but as of Friday, it was one death accounted in the United States that I'm aware of.
Okay. I don't know that the Delta is still not going around, because I've heard of several deaths lately from the COVID, or from, and it. I don't know if it was from Delta. So
LaWanda said the ball did drop last year, but it was very, very few who got to attend it there.
I tell you what is really bad right now, though, is the flu. So wash your hands, sanitize your hands. Just try to stay clear of that, because it was bad. Like before they got out of school, it was rampant at school. And my son did get it, and
he's okay.
We were lucky that we didn't, but it's still running around. Really
explain
bad.
The symptoms that he had.
Okay, he had the onset was he was real tired. I knew when he wasn't playing something was wrong. He was really tired. He started getting a headache. He ran a low-grade fever, and all of this sounds like COVID. It mocks the same symptoms of COVID. But a headache, and then in the middle of the night, his fever would peak to like 103, 104, and then he would throw up because he was so hot, and it just made him nauseous. And so, but mainly that, like headache, had a little bit of a cough. But
there's really no way to determine unless you go get tested if it's flu or...
Yeah, I took him and had him tested, and that they determined it was the flu. It was two separate tests, But anyway, just try to, sanitize your hands and do... I don't know if flu is more airborne. I don't know.
Back in the day, was that the difference between last year? I know that we weren't around as much last year around people because everything was standoffish, but were we washing our hands more last year than we are this year? Before you touch things.
Yeah, I don't know, but a lot of people say, "Oh, I got my flu shot. I ain't worried about it." But I've spoken to a couple of medical workers, and they say that a lot of the medical workers who were, did have their flu shot have still gotten it. So, sometimes the mark is missed, with the flu shot. Maybe it's a different strain, and so. Even if you got a flu shot, just be careful.
Yeah, well, I got the flu. And I'll be honest with you, I've never been one to get a flu shot. I got the flu shot, and they say it's just a saying, but the one time I took it, I got sick. Yeah. And I thought, we won't do that no more.
Well, I've had people tell me that too, but I'm not one to get a flu shot either. I'm not one, I don't like medication. So, unless I do avoid having to take anything. I'll take something for a headache.
What do you get on that blood pressure medicine later in life?
I know.
They say it happens to everybody.
I'm sure my blood pressure kind of has creeped on up from what it used to be, but I don't know.
And the sad part is, and I've got a little medication that I have to take now. If you're not used to taking medication, you forget to do it.
I know.
If that's not part of your everyday life, you'll go days and go, oh, yeah, oops.
The best thing to do is set an alarm that goes off every day on your phone the same time to remind you, really, and you go take it right then. That's the best thing to do, because I would be the same way.
Dr. Candace has spoken here.
I'm serious. I'd be the same way, because I said, I've had to take like an antibiotic or something one time, and I'm like, oh, God, I forgot to take that.
Yeah.
Because you get to feeling better and you just forget it. And so I said I would be the one that if I ever have to have something to survive, I'm going to really be... I'll have to set an alarm.
Those little blood thinners, I just forget to take it. But I'm trying to get in the habit. Promise you, I really am. As we talk about Godwin Cleaning Services, still time to get everything cleaned up before the new year. They've got this week to help you out there. Talk to them. They do so much of this with businesses. A lot of times, an hour or two, they can have your place looking spiffy and new and spick and span once again. Whether it's from working on your outside awnings, if you've got a building, if you've got brick, businesses are made of so many different things, and homes as well. They do both. This is the before and after of a home that's had a little rust on the wall. They've got that clean. For metal buildings, also they make them spick and span once again. And roofs, whether it's a shingle, a slate, or an asphalt, they do all of this to make it look good again. 253-8262. Let them come out and give you an estimate. Doesn't cost anything. They'll get your driveways, as you'll see there, spick and span once again. From brick to roofs, rock as well. Let them handle it for you. Godwin Cleaning Services. Fleet washing as well. See them, call them at 253-8262.
It happened so fast. I didn't even see that person behind me. I said, well, I need to call Richard Schwartz. Once I made that one call, they began working for me. They are going to make sure you get what you deserve.
One call, that's all.
And welcome back with Scotty Ray and Candace. And this nickname has really stuck with you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Bossy.
Oh, well.
It fits, I'm telling you. We see one of the longest sentences that we've seen out of the January 6th incident that happened last year. This guy gets 4 years. They said that he hit a cop with a metal baton and hurling a speaker at officers. So he's getting 4 years for what he done in that. Most of these were, in the beginning, like 2 to 3 months. There were some that got 4 months. But this is the longest sentence that I've seen. And if they did do this, then they do deserve to do
Whatever
that.
happened to the guy that was dressed in the weird outfit, with the horns?
He got sentenced.
I knew they had him in like a solitary confinement area one time. And
yet another one that I don't think ever had a job.
Yeah, probably.
I think he's one of those that was... But he did get sentenced. I'd have to go back and take a look at how long he did get. I can't remember his name.
I can't either. But
that bull
he had like a
horn.
bull. He had a bull horn or something, and then he had this. What do you call it? Viking hat thing on his head, and he was painted up. I don't know. It was weird.
Yeah, odd fella is really what he was. Putin is dropping hints that he'd be willing to go to war. We'll watch him closely. He pushes the envelope. Can Joe hold him off? Let's hope so. They will get away with anything they can. They're behind a lot of this cyber stuff of hacking as well as China.
Yeah,
they work.
Did you see the video of Biden and his wife sitting there? And do you know where I'm going with the Let's Go Brandon? Yeah. Who has not heard that phrase? And obviously, I guess he either had forgot he heard it or had not heard it. And
the dad said it was a joke. And had no idea that the president would repeat, "Let's go, Brandon."
Yeah, he goes, "Yeah, let's go, Brandon." And it's like gone like viral. Though.
There's no way that the man has not been told that. Yeah. That would have to be a part of his because it hurts his poll numbers, and they got to discuss that. Yeah. You have to.
I don't agree with that. Now, I'm not a big fan of Biden, but I don't agree with the little phrase thing. I know we talk about it a good bit, but it's the news,
It is.
So, we report the news stuff. But I wish somebody get a different phrase that's a little less.
Well, the initials,
vile.
The vile initials.
Yeah.
I saw a Halloween party and somebody had that on, and I was like, read what that means. And I went about my business, and 3 days later, somebody explained it to me. And I went, ooh.
Yeah.
I even saw a license plate with that on it.
Yeah.
So that's what's happening there. It makes you almost think you have a president that's incompetent, that does not catch that quick.
Yeah, well,
during a press
conference.
conference.
Think that.
Yeah, we're in trouble, aren't we?
We are. I hope to goodness nobody has to go to any kind of war, because I would hate to know that. We have somebody in charge that can't go through a door and goes up in the flower bed
and
stuff. I don't know.
And Kamala
That just kinda
says that her
worries me.
job is she ain't taking responsibility for what she hadn't done either.
And I don't know what's going on with that whole situation in the White House. Like, are people getting? I've heard like different things. They're not getting along.
Yeah.
And I did see a video where Kamala Harris and her husband were standing. It was some kind of something going on, and they were standing there. And then Biden and his wife comes walking in and just didn't even acknowledge her. I mean, they didn't even shake hands, say hello or anything. I mean, it was just like totally.
We'll catch you up to date with the latest tomorrow.
Yeah.
Y'all join us back. Thank
Yeah,
y'all for joining us today.
Yeah, have a good day and be safe.
Scotty Ray's weather is brought to you by